Whew. Am I finally done buying the equipment for the 50-gallon Lagoon innovative marine tank? I tell you guys, let me tell you guys something. You know, starting all over, those of you that don't know, I have a 150-gallon reef tank back at home. I'm going to college here in South Florida, so I picked up this very awesome tank, and just buying all the equipment over again. Whew, this is a good reason why reef tanks are so expensive, man. But man, I'm gonna show you guys the importance of the equipment that I picked for my reef tank, and I got plenty of different equipment that I will be running with this tank. So let me show you guys. Okay, first off, I'm gonna start with my auto top off, the Tunzi osmolator through my reefing years, and I decided to go a different route. I love the Tunzi. No, I had no problems with that auto top off, but I want to try something different. So I picked up, this is the world's smallest dual sensor auto top off, and when I pulled this auto top off out the box, they was not lying. It was really small, even the pump. I'm gonna take this out for you guys so you guys can get an understanding of what I mean by small. Look at this. Look at this. This is the pump. This is the pump for the auto top off. This is, I think it's the DC, what's it? Yeah, DC water pump. I was like, wow. This is the dual sensor. This is the sensor. You know. So this is the auto top off that I went with. Just because I like the small size of. I would like to see this performance. I want to see how well does it stack up against the Tunzi. You know, I just want to know. I want to try something different, something new. You know, you can't go wrong with trying something different. So, new auto top off. I'm gonna get right into what I'm using for flow. Okay, I went with the Vortec MP40 wave pumps. Now I know I didn't change. The reason why I have not switched up my wave pumps for this tank is because I absolutely love these Vortec pumps. I mean, they're by far one of my favorite. Reason being is the cord is on the outside of the tank, and also the controllability with these Vortex, like the different modes, you know, reef crest mode, lagoon mode, tidal swell, all these modes, man, it makes it it can make your tank look so sick with the water moving on top of the surface. You know, you can create waves in your aquarium. These pumps are worth every bit of money. And you know, I would have just got away with one, but you know, I wanted a second MP40 just because I like flow in my reef tank, and I really want to do SPS. It's going to be a mixed reef, but I would like to have my SPS in this tank. And you know, you can't go wrong with two. I mean, I rather have too much flow than not enough flow. And with the controllability, just control the flow with your aquarium. Like, this is a 50-gallon Lagoon, so I probably wouldn't need the other MP40 over there. But you know, like I said, I love flow. And then, okay, this is new to me. this skimmer is from this is the Nuvo skimmer, and like I said, I want to see the performance of this skimmer. Is just back there in one of the sections, and I just, after a while, because I'm new to these little small skimmers, I want to see what the performance of this skimmer. I want to know, is this a really good skimmer? After several months go by, I would like to do a review on this skimmer and that new auto top off that I have. So I'm very excited for this skimmer, how well this skimmer can pull out. And now, you know, lighting. I went with the Radeon Gen 4 Pros. Now, with this light, the reason why I went with the Radeons is because I wanted to try something different. I had the Hydra 52s. Like I said in my recent video, that for the price, that's a really really good light to have for your reef tank. And the reason why I like the Hydras a lot is because you don't need extra $100 just to control them, but you have to have the extra money to control it with this the Reef Link. So I do have the Reef Link, and I just wish that you don't have to pay extra just to control these lights. But this is my first time having a Radeon, so I would like to see how good this light is. And with reef tanks, it's not all about the best lighting. It's about your parameters and keeping your system stable. Like if I had a black box on this tank, but my parameters are good, great, your tank is gonna flourish no matter what. So after that, I really would like to see how this Radeon would make this tank pop, and just to see how well this Radeon light will do for my system. Speaking of me being in Florida and possibly a lot of these hurricanes and and power outages, I went and picked up 2 battery backups for the MP40s. These really got some weight on them, I ain't gonna lie. But I picked up 2 battery backups. So this is my first time ever having a battery backup, and it's really good idea to have a generator or something, a battery backup, just to save your livestock in your reef tank, because it's just going to be terrible to see all you come back from a storm and all your livestock is dead. It's just I can't. To me, I can't deal with that. They just bring nightmares to me. So I went up and picked up the battery backup for that Vortec MP40s. What up? Oh yeah. And I'm not gonna bring it out, but because it's hooked up, I have an 100-gallon 6-stage RODI unit. This is for making my water. And because why go to your local fish store back and forth picking up water when you can make your own? You know what I mean? And when you make your own, if your filters are good or bad, because you're doing maintenance on your own RO unit. So, like, I'll say this: having an RO unit is one of the biggest investments you can have for your reef tank. I mean, and that speaks up to emergency situations. Like if you don't have water made up, and your local fish store is not open, and something drastic is going on in your reef tank, probably stuff is gonna die because you don't have water made. You know what I'm saying? So everybody should have an RODI unit. And I think that sums it up, guys. So my next video, all I need is live rock. That's all I need is live rock. Put the water in, let this tank cycle. So I'm like, it's finally coming. It's finally coming all together. I cannot wait to get this tank jumping. But you know, it's all about patience in this hobby. You have to have patience, because the tank before my 150 gallon, and my 150 gallon, a lot of times I did not have patience, and when you don't have patience, things will perish in your reef tank, corals will die, and then like I say, well, even with fish too, I was impatient buying fish, and I didn't even care about the quarantine process about fish. I was just buying fish because I want to have all my fish in my fish tank as soon as possible. But what did that do for me? I had fish disease. Fish are dying. So and then I learned about the quarantine process, and things are doing great, even with corals. You know, you can't rush things, or things will just perish. And I'm glad I'm doing live rock, because the cycling process will be longer than with dry rock, because dry rock, you just add, bacteria in the bottom, and I don't know for sure, but within weeks or I don't know the sayings about the bottle bacteria, but you can cycle a tank pretty fast. So, but with live rock, it gives me time to have patience with this tank, and that's what I want. And with the live rock, I want to see how the corals respond, because in my 150 gallon reef tank, it's 100% dry rock, and I want to see the difference with 100% live rock in this tank. And that is it, guys. And so next video be tank filling up and doing my aquascape. So just stay tuned. Long process, but stay tuned, guys. I see you guys in another amazing update.